Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. So this is just an introduction, a short introduction into a new series I'm about to start relating to technical drawing. So the first stage, we're going to start looking at simple geometrical drawing techniques, which will gradually build us into how we go about producing technical drawings for components and for machinery. And I'm going to do my best to associate this with computer-aided design. So to start off, there are a couple of things that we will need on this journey. So the first thing that you probably need would be a drawing board, okay? And the drawing board can be any size from A3 up to A0. If you don't have a drawing board, that's not a problem. As long as you've got a very good flat surface, that should be good enough. Okay, so this is the drawing platform, and we have another instrument that normally comes with it. This is called a T-square, okay, and that helps you plot horizontal lines a bit more accurately, and you can also set it up to draw a vertical line. So we're going to be using this as part and parcel of our series to develop our understanding when it comes to technical drawing. So what other instruments do we need? What other piece of kit do we need? We definitely need a pencil, okay? So in terms of pencils, you probably need H to H4. So normally for what we call construction lines, okay? So the lead is quite hard, so it enables you trace very faint lines. And when it comes to outlines, you use what's called an HB pencil. But for the purposes of what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be using a pen to do the outlines for finished drawings. Definitely need a sharpener. Okay, you need to sharpen your pencil. Again, different type of pencils that you can also use. So there's an HB pencil. Your rubber or eraser. So you need a good eraser for that. We talked about the T-square, you need a decent straight edge, so you need a ruler. So that also comes in quite handy. You also need a protractor. Okay, so if you've got a set protractor, that'll be quite handy. So when it comes to measuring and plotting angles, that'll be quite handy to have in hand. So get yourself a protractor. I've also got these templates. So I've got this template here for elliptical shapes. So these are mostly what we call isometric templates. Okay, so this will come in quite handy. But I'll also look into how you go about constructing elliptical forms when it comes to isometric drawings. I've also got like a circular template. Okay, so that'll come in handy down the line. So I think I've got two sets of the elliptical template. So there's one there. French curves, quite important. So if you're not very good, and it can be quite challenging using freehand to plot through points, you can use what's called French squares. So I've got 3 sets of that. So during the course of our series, I'll show you how to use these effectively. And we definitely need what's called set squares. All right. So when it comes to set squares, there are 2 types. So you've got the 30-60 degree set square, or they normally call it a 30-degree set square because of the angle here. So this angle is 30 degrees. The angle at the opposite end is 60 degrees. And the angle here is 90 degrees. So, as you already know from fundamental mathematics, the sum of the angles, the internal sum of the angles within the triangle adds up to 180. So 90, 60, 30. Right? Then the other major set square that will come in quite handy will be the 45-degree set square. So this is much more of a isosceles triangle. So that is 45 degrees. That end, the opposite end is 45 degrees, which leaves this side to be 90 degrees. So 90, 45, 45. Okay, so you need a pair of set squares. All right. So again, you don't necessarily need to buy sets of the size. If you've got a mathematical set, that should be good enough to at least get you started. We also need a pair of compasses. Okay, so this is a compass set. So we'll also be using that. Again, if you've got yourself a mat set which has a compass, that should be good enough to start. And I think that is it to get us started. Okay? So as I stated, we're going to start off looking at geometric drawings, and we're going to start off with the fundamentals in terms of dividing lines, because visual lines is a very good technique, and once you kind of have a good understanding of that, you realize that it will come in handy when you're doing further drawings like scale drawings and things like that. So interesting things to come. That's essentially an introduction to the tools that you need, and hopefully we'll go through a series of exercises looking at different techniques. But most importantly, we're going to make sure that we are conforming to the key standards out there. So the key standard in terms of the UK would be BS 8888 version 2020. So I think that's the latest version that's probably out there. We've also got BS ISO 128 to 129. So that relates to technical documentation. And we're also going to see how these correlate to ASME Y14, so that's the American version of that. So we'll take time to look at these standards in a bit more detail. All right, folks. So get yourselves ready to join me on this journey, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.